scum! Nazi scum! Off our streets! Nazi scum! Off our streets! Nazi scum! Off our streets! Off our streets! Nazi scum! 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 Off our streets!
Is that the people of this nation have started to organise themselves in a way that they haven't since the days of the English Defence League or the days of the British National Party. What has happened is that without any external pressure, our people have started again to find within themselves the courage and the determination that in recent years gave way to apathy and ignorance. At the beginning of the year, I went to Hull, and there was a group of campaigners there who, through their own will and their own determination, got rid of a potential asylum centre for 1,100 people. Since then, the same situation has reared its head in Lincoln, in Skegness, in Scampton, and time again, the response from the parasites in Westminster has been to deploy their casual ignorance, the ignorance of a Russian Tsar, who genuinely believe that they have a God-given right to the power that they possess, and genuinely believe that the people of this country are nothing more than peasants who exist to serve their will. The greatest enemy we face is not an enemy without. It's not a foreign power. It's not a foreign race. It's not a foreign religion. The greatest enemy this country faces is the enemy within. It's an enemy that lives in Westminster. And it's an enemy that stands right there at the other end of this square. Communists, Marxists, trade unionists. These are not people that follow an ideology. These are people whose motivation in life is to carry themselves through it as grifters, riding on the backs of those who work hard with everything they have. The concept of work is alien to these people, just as is the concept of loyalty, of honesty, of national camaraderie. For these people there is nothing in the world but lies, deception, greed and selfishness. Our people are plagued. They are plagued by this enemy within that has nothing to offer but an endless litany of lies and an endless litany of betrayal. The choice between Labour, Conservatives, Liberal Democrats, Greens, it's a choice between having your throat slit or having a bullet put into your head. The result is the same no matter who you pick. The only agenda in which the people of this nation have a future is the nationalist agenda, because it is the only agenda in which the thing that matters is not an ideology, is not some insipid plan. It's the only thing that matters is this nation's people. The people of this country are rooted to it by a millennia of heritage. It is not something that can be washed away. It's not something that can be stripped away. Our people have within themselves all of these things that they need. We have a tie to the land that the likes of these people over there do not have. Because on the one hand, we confront the international socialists, the communists, whose service is to their demented ideology. And on the other hand, on the right, you find the ranks of the capitalists of international finance, whose service is only to one thing, which is money. Both of these people live and care only for themselves. This country has been shackled and anchored to oblivion by the chains of Marxism. But the day is coming soon when the chains of Marxism are going to be shattered and they are going to be reforged into an iron noose, and that noose will be wrapped around the throat of the parasites and the traitors in a way that they have never experienced before.
I got them on the street doing nothing while our kids getting raped.
What you see today and what you've seen over the past few months is the start of something. It is not the end. It is not a culmination. On the contrary, this is only the beginning. While the enemies of this nation gather around like flies, believing that this nation is a corpse, and they stand and shout with the arrogance of a Roman emperor that they demand that this nation and its people whose heritage as a race links them to this country, they demand die, die, die. This nation can only give one answer: as a people, live, live, live. Do not believe that the solutions ahead lie in the hands of people who haven't stood here today. People who will endlessly give empty promises, but when the time and the hour comes for them to be men and face down their enemies, they are nowhere to be seen. There has been enough cowardice, enough weakness, enough giving of ground to the spineless and arrogant fools who have proclaimed themselves to be the salvation of this country. The salvation of this nation lies here, and it lies with the people of this nation. While one single British person lives, the heart of this country cannot be broken. Where we stand, Britannia stands, because that is the ground we stand on. This nation is not finished. This nation is on its way to being born again. And when this happens, the enemies of this country will experience something that they have not experienced in years or even decades. For the first time, and they're already starting to feel it, they will experience fear. And it will be a fear that they have not felt for so long. They will be reminded of what it is to be afraid. When they see the people of this nation gathering once again and propelling themselves towards their future, then you will see what these cowards are made of. Then they will be driven away and there will be nothing left but the dust that they have been pounded into. This nation is not finished. This nation is on its way to being born again. Britannia, you are not gone. You will awaken. Britannia, you are going to be reborn.
Well done, Alex. Well done.